Greetings, my good people, and welcome to another edition of 365 Fitness of the Body and Mind podcast. I'm your host, Coach Chauncey. Each week, we deliver the best hard-hitting fitness and mental analysis of our industry. A lot of people constantly pull me to the side, trap me in corners and tight places, always trying to ask me, ways they can burn calories throughout their day. If you pretty much an active person, such as myself, every chance I get, I'm always, at this point, I'm at the where it's a habit phase. But what I'm noticing especially with a lot of my women who are in my fitness challenge, they're actually at this point where, once, to my knowledge, I've been told it takes 21 days to make or break any habit. And what I've been experiencing what I've noticed is the fact that the women, once they get around about that 3-week mark, they kind of mentally start drifting back to what's comfortable for them. And what's comfortable for them is, what got people in the current situation that they're in. You have to push through all of that. Your mind is going to try to get you to go back to where it's comfortable. Your mind wants you to say, hey, it's easy to go back to eating poorly. It's easy to not work out. It's easy to lay in the bed. It's easy to, eat all kind of junk food. But what I try to instill in people is the fact that, we look for lifestyle changes. You got to create new lifestyles, because of what happens. What I'm finding is that, a lot of people are trying to live their lives as if they're still in their 20s and 30s, But you can't live your life like you were still in your 20s and 30s. You got to live your life. You got to change some things the older you get. When you start hitting your 40s or your upper 30s, your 40s, 50s and on up type of deal, you got to really make some changes, You don't just do it for yourself. You got to do it for your family, Because at the end of the day, you want to try to be here as long as humanly possible. And, to be completely honest with you, I don't really like seeing people with a lot of excess body fat that they want to lose. But at the end of the day, it's your life. But see, what people don't really realize is that once you're dealing with a lot of excess body fat, that opens you up to all types of other diseases, forms of cancers. You got diabetes, you got depression. You can potentially run into a heart attack and or strokes. There's all types of things that you can pretty much, so you have to make some changes. I see people, I personally don't drink, but I know people who drink, and I know people who drink heavily, but at the end of the day, I don't knock people for doing none of the stuff that they do, but at some point, it's people who drink, it's people who smoke. I don't do none of those things. Again, I don't knock people who do, but at the end of the day, you still got to try to make some adjustments, because in my opinion, that's a form of being selfish, because you're not thinking about your family. If you have a family, or you're not thinking about your kids, or you're not just thinking about your loved ones and or your friends, So some changes have to be made. And so back to what I was saying, in essence, with as far as with people wanting to burn calories at work. All right. So, having said that, I've decided to compile 5 sneaky ways to burn calories at work or as you're going about your day. Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now back to the show. All right. So Once again, 5 sneaky ways to burn calories at work. 5 sneaky ways that you can burn calories at work. You may think the 30 minutes you spend every other day in the gym is enough to keep you trim and healthy, but it's not. If you want overall good health, you need to eat well and find windows of exercising opportunities every day. Not just during your scheduled workouts. You're probably asking, how can you squeeze in a little exercise when most of your hours are spent sitting at a desk, in a meeting, in a conference room, and preparing for a big presentation? You're probably asking again, when can you squeeze in time to exercise, and how do you do it? All right, sneaky ways number 1. On your way to work, to start your day with a smidgen of calorie burning exercise. You may need to wake up a few minutes early, not to get in the workout before tossing on your power suit, but rather so you'll have the time to torch a few calories on your way to work, to share some calories before clocking in. You have a number of options depending on your situation. You can bike or walk to work, perform seated calf raises on a bus or train, or you can park your car at the far end of the parking lot so you can get to walk farther to reach your office. And of course, once you get to your building, you can always take the stairs. As a matter of fact, I suggest you take the stairs. Sneaky trick number 2 is when doing mindless tasks. The sneaky trick number 2, when you're doing mindless tasks, admit it. Everything you do at work doesn't require an amazing amount of brain power. Take advantage of the easy tasks by multitasking with some exercise. The easiest option is to flex and squeeze your body from your glutes and your abs to your pecs and your thighs. You can get rid of a few calories by simply flexing them as you work. As you grow accustomed to flexing, you may find it to be a great way to work your way through a long, difficult meeting. Number 3, when you first get to work, make yourself a to-do list. This will help keep you on track and will also set you up for exercise rewards. I know you're probably saying, what's the exercise reward? Okay, so each time you cross a task off your list, give yourself an exercise reward. This could be walking a couple of laps around the office, standing up and doing a couple quick stretches, or closing your office door and knocking out a dozen push-ups, squats, or what have you, dips. Know what your reward of the day will be and just go for it. Get it done. Number 4, when you need to communicate. As helpful as email may be, there is a way to communicate with your colleagues at work that actually keeps your body moving. You can get out of your seat and walk around to your coworker's office to talk things through. If you have to make a few phone calls, you can stand up and talk. Or better yet, you can pace back and forth during your conversation. Tip number 5. At the top of the hour, a great way to sneak in a little calorie burning into your routine is to get up every hour. And your exercising doesn't need to be super intense. All you need to do is stand up. You do this for 5 minutes, 8 times a day, and you'll easily drop 100 calories a day. That's right. All you have to do is stand up for your health, is to simply just stand up. All right. All of these bonus calorie burning tips are great when it's done in conjunction with a consistent challenging exercise program. I'm not really trying to sell y'all pretty much on me being your trainer or what have you. That's why I'm providing these tips for you. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, you got to stay on top of your eating. You got to monitor your eating or have clean eating habits. And you have to have some form of exercise. So like I tell people all the time, a body in motion remains in motion, just like a body at rest going to stay at rest. All right. Just remember, people, we got to keep moving. We got to keep moving. We got to keep moving. It doesn't take a whole lot of movement to burn these calories. All right. Got to do something. All right. Well, we want to thank y'all for joining us this week on 365 Fitness of the Body and Mind podcast. Make sure to visit our website at www.thefitnessjunkies.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're there, if you found value in this show, we'd really appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you would simply tell a friend to tell a friend about the show. That will help us out too. Be sure to tune in next week. This is Coach Chauncey, transforming one body, one mind at a time. Have a good one.